What's up, y'all? What's up, y'all? What is up, y'all? How y'all doing? Hold on one second. What is up, y'all? This is probably, hopefully not a long broadcast because I've really got to go work out. But I wanted to just share a few observations. Um, I want to share a few observations of what I've noticed. Right, today has been a very interesting day, to say the least. How y'all doing today? Today's been very interesting. How's today been for y'all? What kind of day has it been? It has been very eye-opening. And I'll say the last thing that literally happened, it ignited a fire. It ignited a fire. It has been a very strange day for me. I'm glad to see it's been productive. It's been a very strange day. It's been a little bit of anxiousness over today for me, and I'm just gonna and this may be maybe a forewarning, but I do understand that God gives me experiences so that the revelation can be birthed, so that I can birth out the word that He has for the body. Those of you guys connected to this ministry, and honestly, if I can be real, what many of you guys, if you have not already been seeing this, is many of God's true prophets are saying the exact same thing. It may be in a different way, it may even be verbatim. But you know what many of you guys are going to begin to find is that many of God's prophets, his real remnant, his real leaders, we are all speaking the same thing. And honestly, the thing that I've been hearing God say over and over and over again for the past few days has literally been to focus and to not be distracted. And so as I was driving to the gym, I'm gonna be real, I kind of stumbled on how many signs God wanted me to give, but I know that God said 8. And so I really want to get into these signs because many of us are in a time of productivity where God is, making the way for us to advance, to get to the next level. Many of us are moving ahead, right? But it's also, as many of us are moving ahead, hey, Miss Allen, there are so many different variables that seem to be coming out of the woodwork. Whether it is through people, whether it is circumstantial, you may even, be feeling little bits and pieces of anxiety of, it's not even overwhelmed, and for many people, the anxiety, you like, God, I don't even know where it came from. I don't even know why I'm feeling this way, because I'm really focused on my assignment, really focused on moving ahead. And so I'm gonna say this: your focus is your greatest weapon in this hour, right? And I mean like a faith-filled focus. Let me say that again. Your focus in this hour is your greatest weapon. Faith-filled focus, not just any type of focus, because you can be focusing on the wrong things. And so your faith-filled focus, I need y'all to catch this. It's the most dangerous thing. It's the most dangerous thing to hell's agenda for your life and for the world around you, people whose lives will come in contact with yours. It is the most dangerous thing to hell's agenda. And in fact, if I can be quite honest, the more focused you become on your assignment, the more the enemy will try to hinder you. The more, and really, it's not even that the weapons are forming, but for many people, it's just little slight irritations. How many people can say, I've had a few irritations? I've had a few, I've had some things happen where I haven't lost my focus, but I see it and it's annoyed me a little bit. It may frustrate you a little bit. So I had a moment today, right? You guys already know today has been kind of odd. It's been anxiety filled, and I have not really been anxious about anything. I really haven't been really focused on anything but my assignment in this hour. So today I rested. I knew I was tired. Yesterday really wore me out physically, and so I kind of rested a little bit today. I'm waiting on the last few items to come in the mail so that I can actually begin to work. And so God allowed me to rest a little bit. Um, at about 2, I took my dogs out, and I felt like, okay, it lifted. I'm gonna just be real. I felt like, okay, it lifted, but I knew that I also had to wait on my headphones to charge, because who works out without headphones? I can't do it. And so I'm in, my room. I'm watching this. I like nature related shows. Don't ask me why. I promise y'all I'm going somewhere. I like nature related shows that of people surviving it in like Alaska, crazy places. Don't ask me why I watch it, but it is very intriguing to me. I could watch it all day and be good. And so I see my dogs, they just jump up and they run towards the door. And I knew that it was about the time for the little girl downstairs to get out of school. But typically lately they have not been knocking, which if I can be honest, I've been grateful for, because I've been so busy, and I know that they are a distraction, they are a hindrance, and every single time I interact with them, it's like God shows me different aspects. Anybody ever experienced that, where you know that the devil is using someone? It's like every time you're around them, it's like God just began to highlight more and more and more and more and more, right? And if you're wise, when God shows you, you begin to distance yourself, you begin to go the other direction. You just kind of go the other direction. You avoid at any cost. Or if you do have to interact, if I can be real, it'd be the bare minimum. You're going to get a, hey, bye, I'm busy. Even if I'm not busy, you're going to think I'm busy, because I don't have time. I'm too focused. I don't have time for the devil to try to upset me. Come on, somebody. I ain't got time for the devil to be trying to, I don't have time. I'm good on it. I'm good, love, enjoy. And so anyway, she knocked on my door, and I go outside, and they have these two little Yorkies. They're the sweetest dogs. And I'm talking to the dogs, and the conversation, she wanted to show me something in her phone. And so she begins to show me these screenshots. And honestly, at this point, the conversation was so random. I'm like, I don't even know what you're talking about, but sure, I'll see these screenshots. And so as I'm looking, this is what some of y'all are about to say, wow. She begins to show me screenshots, I guess, of wax melts and candles that she was about to buy. She began to show me like screenshots of candles and wax melts that she's about to buy, but she's too young to buy it herself. And honestly, she had, asked me to get some stuff from Amazon, and I flat out told her no, because that means I gotta go deposit your money into I'm not doing all that. I don't have time. I ain't doing all that. No. And so, at this point, I'm not bothered, because I know at this point, okay, this is demonic, this is a mocking spirit. I have not told these little girls that I'm doing. This is how I know it's the devil. I haven't told y'all what I'm working on. Y'all don't know I'm about to make candles, wax melts. Y'all don't know any of this. And so I'm just looking, and I'm just, at this point, I'm calm, because I'm like, all right, God, I'm discerning. As she's talking, I'm discerning. I'm like, okay, this is nothing but the devil. But I also said, God, this is also you. Now, here's your first sign. This is also you confirming that I'm doing the right thing. And not only confirming that I'm doing the right thing, this is you confirming that this is a very marketable area. I can generate wealth in this area. Not that that's why I'm doing it, but I began to look for the positives in it. So the first sign that God is about to move in an area of your life, especially when you've been moving in self, the enemy begins to highlight. Now, can I flow? Can I flow? The enemy begins to mock you. He mocks it. But whether or not the mockery gets to you depends on your perspective. I'm going to say that again. A telltale sign that God is about to move in your life looks like when you're working on something or believing God for something, and the devil begins to mock you. He literally begins to mock you. And the point of the mockery is to discourage you from pursuing whatever it is, from moving towards whatever it is that you may be moving towards or believing God for. Number one, how you know that God is about to move, the devil, he begins to mock you. And so at this point, the little girl is talking, and I'm discerning. I see that it's the devil, but I know you're mocking me, devil, mocking what I want to do. But God, actually, I see the positive, because not only are you confirming, but you're giving me ideas as to other little fragrances or scents that I can start looking in and investing in. So my perspective is shifted. So I'm going to say this part again. When the devil begins to mock you, whether or not it bothers you, depends totally on your perspective. Whether or not it derails you, it depends totally on your perspective. Are you looking for the devil in it, or are you looking for the God in it? I'm still not done. I'm going to say it again. Are you looking for the devil in it, or are you looking for the God in it? I don't know about y'all, but I'm not looking for the devil this year. God said I'm protected. I ain't looking for the devil. Now, am I naive? No. But I'm not going around looking for the devil. Whatever I see, whatever happens, I'm looking for the God in it. God, what's the purpose of this? Because if God allows something, it's for a reason. It's for your good. That'll preach. The reason why we look for the God in it is because if God allows something, whether it is the enemy mocking you, it is for a reason. And it ain't just for any reason. It's for your good. It's for a good reason. All right. So you got point number one. So at this point, I'm ignoring the devil. I'm ignoring the devil. Somehow the conversation gets towards, she starts talking about like her birthday. Now I'm gonna get into point number two. She starts talking about, well, this year, this year for my birthday, her birthday's in December. Can you get me this? Can you get me this? Yo, when I looked at it, it looked like some little type of toy for like sorcery. You know how like you can watch a TV show and the witches have like a little pot, and a little pot that they stir. Now this little girl wanted a toy like this. God didn't even let me say like no. I don't even think I said anything. Oh, this is what I said. I said, I'm not going to be here in December. I'm not going to be here. Right? So then she says, so let me back up. Point number two, the devil mocks you. When God is about to move, the devil begins to mock you, whether it is an idea, whether it is a business venture, whatever it is that you are believing God for, whether you believe him for a vehicle, the devil will start to taunt you. He will start to mock you. Number two, how you know that God is going to do something for you, the devil will try to get you to bow. Number two, when God is about to do something for you, the devil will try to get you to bow to him. You see, when the little girl showed, I'm going somewhere. When the little girl showed me that little sorcery kid, I just turned my back and said, I'm not gonna be here next year. But what the enemy really wanted me to do was give in to that spirit and say, okay, yeah, it's okay. Hello. So the conversation continues. She's like, where you gonna be? I'm moving. Where are you moving to? I'll be around. I'll be in the city still, but I'm moving into a house. And then it goes right back to mockery. She's like, oh yeah, we're not going to be here either. We're moving midsummer. I'm like, where y'all moving to? Oh, mama don't have that figured out yet, because you're not going anywhere. You're just trying to get an emotional response. And then she tells me, I'm about to get to point number three. Then she tells me, well, you need to be packing now. I said, I'm going to have movers come when I do move, and they moving all this stuff out my apartment, and they going to move it into my new house. Point number three. What I was doing was saying, I got it figured out, right? Her response. Point number three. When God is about to do something in your life, the devil will also try to rush you. Now, y'all following along with these points? Are y'all following along with these points? Number three, the devil will try to rush you. He'll try to make you feel like you got to go fast. And the point of making you go fast is so that you miss the real thing. So far we got number one, you know that God is about to move when the devil begins to mock you. Number two, and I'm flowing, so I got to go back and read these. Number two, When God is about to move, the devil will try to get you to bow, because when you bow to the devil, you listen, you totally nullify your blessings. You nullify. It's like you're breaking covenant with God. Number 3, the devil tries to get you to rush. Have you ever wondered why people advise you not to move hastily? In fact, the Bible tells us not to move hastily. Yes, there are moments where we have to act, swiftly, but it's never hastily. It's never because we feel pressure. It's never hastily, right? And so the little girl keeps talking, and she says, "You're rich." She mumbles. She says, "You're rich." I said, "No, God is rich." That's this conversation. This is about to wow y'all. Listen. She mumbles when I say that I'm gonna have movers come. They're gonna get this whole apartment and they're going to move me into my new house, because I'm not moving down 3 flights of stairs. She says, "Rich." Mocking, still mocking, the same mocking spirit. I said, "No, God is rich." You know what she tells me? Now, this is a little girl. She's maybe 10 or 11. She says, "Why you gotta bring God into this?" I kid y'all not. So at this point, the devil is poking all of my buttons, because I really wanted to lay hands on this girl and deliver her from them demons. She said, "Why you gotta bring God into everything? Why you gotta bring?" No, it's not funny, because it's demonic. It's demonic. No, I don't find anything funny about somebody mocking God. I don't care how old you are. It's a spirit. And I mean that. She says, "Why you gotta bring God into it?" I said, "Because God is the reason why I have everything that I have. He's the reason why I'm here. So it's every bit. He gets every bit of glory." Not point number 4. When God is about to move in your life, hear me now. When God is about to move in your life, number 4, the devil will try to tempt you to say you did it yourself. He will try to tempt you from giving God the glory for what he's already done for you. Are y'all paying attention? Are y'all paying attention? When God is about to move, the devil will try to make you take credit for what God has done. He will try to make you say God did nothing for you. And you not saying that God did it is just as bad as you saying God ain't do it. It is one in the same. Give me a one if y'all are following along with this. It ain't even over with y'all. So she couldn't say nothing. The little girl couldn't say nothing. So then she looks me up and down at my outfit. Now, granted, I'm getting ready to go and work out. She looks down at my shoes. I have on a pair of Air Maxes. They are white, gray, black, and hints of red. It's not a lot of red, but it's hints of red. And she asks me this: "What are those, demon shoes?" Devil shoes is what she said. Now, let me show them to y'all better yet. And I promise y'all, hold on. I'm about to show y'all these shoes. Hopefully y'all can see them. These are my shoes. These are my shoes. The little girl looks at me up and down. And she says, "What are those, devil shoes?" Devil shoes. I looked at her at this point. Now, at this point, I'm fed up with the devil. I'm fed up. And I said, "The devil is a lie." I said, "The devil holds no power. I would never wear anything that represents the devil." And I politely told her, "Listen, I've got to go. I'll see you later. Her entire mood shifts. It's like the demon knew. Dang, I didn't get the response I wanted. So point number 5, at the same time as the enemy tries to tempt you not to give God the glory, when it's time for God to move, the devil will actually try to get you to glorify him. Okay. That's how I felt, Visha. I was so like calm. And by the end of that, I was like, let me get the heck out of Dodge. Get away from me, little girl. So there we go. The devil will try to get you to glorify him at the same time, right? First, the devil says, well, let me see if I can get you to say God didn't do this. And then let me see if I can get you to glorify me in some way, placing the focus on me. So at this point, I'm about to keep flowing. I go into the house. And at this point, I know I'm talking to God. I'm like, Lord, what was that? In so many words, I'm like, God, what in the world was that? And I had to tell God, God, I'm grateful. I'm grateful where I am. But I really said, God, I can't wait to get out of here. I cannot wait to move. Like, I'm grateful, but I can't wait to move. I've been feeling this way for the past few months. Like, I'm ready to go. Right? Point number 6. The devil will try to make you ungrateful. When it's time for God to move in whatever area it is, the devil will try to make you be ungrateful. He'll try to make you feel like what God has blessed you with is actually a curse. If he can't get you to not give God the glory and glorify him, then he'll go for the next best thing. Let me get you to just be ungrateful. Let me get you to complain, because what do we know about complaining? The children of Israel, the more they complained, the more defiant they became. The more defiant they became, come on, the more defiant they became. The more defiant they became, hear me now, the longer they stayed in the wilderness. So the devil, if he can't work any of those, his next bet is, let me attack you so much to where you start cursing the blessings you have. And even now I had to repent, because the first thing I said was, God, I can't wait to get out of here. But God, I am grateful. And I got to say this, I am grateful for where I live. I'm grateful. I am grateful. But I'm still ready. I'm grateful. Ain't no but. I am I'm however ready to move on to the next chapter. Now, all in all, I'm about to close this out. All of this was done. Here's point number 7. To distract me. A sign, your 7th sign, when God is about to move in your life, the devil starts distracting you. The distraction was meant to be, and it was meant to get me into a place, because I had already been on edge all day. And then when I got to a place where I was good, right before I go and work out, here comes the devil trying to distract me. Trying to distract me. But the distraction actually turned into motivation, because the enemy thought that it was going to get me so riled up to where I didn't want to work out. But it actually made me want to hurry up and leave the house so that I could go and work out. Am I making sense? And point number 8, when God is about to move in your life, the devil begins to try to get emotional responses from you. That was the purpose today. The anxiety all day, the enemy was trying to get emotional responses. Because here's the thing, when you're in your emotions, you're not focused. When you're in your emotions, you lay down things that you should actually be working on and moving towards. When you are in your emotions, you become stagnant. When you're in your emotions, you cannot hear God. When you are in your emotions. Am I making sense? Am I making sense? I say all of that to say, Stay focused. For some of y'all, this video was confirmation. You may be at the point where you say, Apostle, I've experienced 2 out of the 8, 3 out of the 8, 4 out of the 8. The more and more points that you're knocking off, it's just a sign that you are closer than you know to whatever move God is going to make. So let's revisit them, right? All right, so we're talking about 8 signs that God is about to move in your life. And I'm going to be real. When this happens, especially when the enemy uses people, you have got to pray for them. I immediately ward, and it's like when people are demonized, you don't know what prayers they praying. I'm going to say that again. When people are demonized, you don't know what words they speaking in private. You don't know what bad mojo they're trying to put over you while you're trying to advance. You do not know. You don't know, because if the enemy is that bold in your face, imagine how bold that demon is. Come on, somebody. Imagine how bold that demon is behind your back. Point number 1. Signs that God is about to move. Number 1, the devil begins to mock you. Number 2, the devil will try to get you to bow to him. Thank you for posting these, Stephanie. Number 3, the devil will try to get you to rush. Number 4, when God is about to move in your life, the devil will tempt you to not give God glory. He'll tempt you to say you did it yourself. Number 5, when God is about to move, the devil will try to get you to glorify him in some way, shape, or form. Number 6, when God is about to move, come on now. Number 6, the devil will try to make you ungrateful. Number 7, when God is about to move, the devil starts sending them distractions. And number 8, when God is about to move, the devil tries to get you in your emotions. You have to pray, and not only pray, you pray for their soul, but you go to war and you dismantle any word curses. You dismantle any weapons that them demons working through them people may be mustering up. You go to war. That was immediately what I did, because in that moment, I realized I don't know what you praying over me, over my wealth, over my business, over my dogs. And so I went to war. I nullified every single thing. And so when you see that the enemy is actively using someone, especially while you're trying to focus and move ahead on what God has you working on, you gotta protect yourself in prayer. And that's the word. That is the broadcast. That is the broadcast. I say all of this to say, stay focused. Me praying that prayer, warring over myself, over my household, over every single thing and person attached to me. Hear me now. It was done, 1, because the devil has no play. 2, and 2, the devil showed himself. So I would be a fool not to pray when I see the enemies actively working. You would be a fool not to pray. You would be a fool not to war. You would be a fool not to apply the word of God to your life when you see the enemy is actively using someone. It's foolish not to. Right? And 3, I had to nullify, because Lord, I need peace. I need to be focused. I need to be focused. Whew. That's the broadcast, though. Stay focused. These were all just signs. 8 signs. They ain't all the signs, but these were the signs that God gave me from what I experienced. And so I pray that you guys glean what you need to glean from it. I pray that you guys apply this to your life in some way, shape, or form. And I pray that it serves as confirmation or a reminder to those of you guys that need it. And so that's it, man. To those of y'all that feel led to sow, you can sow. The seed title is "No Weapon Formed Will Prosper." That is the seed title. No weapon formed will prosper. I don't know why God wants me to tell you this, Andrea, but you need to tithe. The Lord says you keep making excuses as to why you're not tithing, why you're not giving him 10% of what's due him. You need to tithe. He's not talking about you sowing $5 and just sowing seeds as you want to sow seeds because you're not comfortable with 10%. You need to sow your 10% to God because there are certain things that spiritually you cannot tap into until you get in proper alignment with God. And that's what he says to tell you. Listen, that's the broadcast, though. You can sow one or two ways. Thank you, Stephanie. There they are right there. To those of you guys that need prayer for anything, or even if you have a testimony to share, you guys can send them to prayer.thoughtsbyt@gmail.com. Listen, keep pushing, y'all. Stay focused. Keep doing what God told you to do. Keep moving forward. Keep advancing. Stay focused on Abba. Stay focused on what God needs you to do in this season. Keep moving ahead by any means necessary. Because as you move, even though the enemy may be coming at your left, he may be at your right, what many of us are going to see is that God is literally blocking every single thing that the enemy is doing. Don't fall for the trap. Do not fall for the trap. I love y'all. I'm rooting for you. So until next time, y'all.